Hey guys, it's Maven here once again, and I've got pretty good news about the Forbidden Rite since the last video, and that is that the build is kind of saved. I wasn't feeling the whole Cyrus Shards half spec thing too much, and it was feeling a bit underdone. So Cyrus Shards definitely worked, but didn't really feel worth it given that Forbidden Rite kind of has its own targeting system already, and with the amount of projectiles and area you can get and long rangeness, you kind of don't need it, especially with the occultist explosions. So the clear without a Cyrus Shards is still very much like pretty damn good. So I decided to kind of just like ditch that, grab a cane of Mark, and also ditch the entire right side of the tree. And it was a whole bunch of thinking and respecing and planning, and I'm essentially entirely on the left hand side of the tree, based around a bit of mana and mana recoup from our damage taken sort of mechanic, and just went thicker life, thicker armor, better defenses, and a bit worse recoup than I had before, because I no longer get vampirism, which is a node I really wanted but wasn't worth going the entire right hand side of the tree for it. So fine-tuned a bunch of things, and I'll have the POB up and you'll be able to see exactly what happened. And essentially character became pretty damn good, I think. It hit level 95, I could speed run, just juiced maps. DPS went to like 20 million or something like that at its best, maybe even higher. Just depends on how much ramp you've got and standing still, and if you're getting the right overlaps and all that. And you'll see the single target is pretty potent in the end, and that's without any gem swaps, so that's pretty good. So basically being single target means just casting a few times to get intensify to max stacks, and then dropping with the totem, and ultimately with a cane of mark that's anywhere from 20 to 50 C. They're pretty damn inexpensive because no one's really using these types of things. We can get into the 10s and 20s of millions of DPS, and you can see that the sustain ends up being pretty good with all of the ball lightnings, eye winters, forbidden rites, and your recoup mechanic combined with the life gain on hit from the Watcher's Eye vitality, and then some from the ring, one shaper ring that I've got that I had to make myself because the ones on the market were a bit too expensive, and essentially all you need is a shaper ring, prismatic catalysts on there, which doesn't make it any more likely but just saves you having to put them on after, and then using some pristine fossils, I think is all I did, and eventually you just hit some good results. Pristine and etheric, I believe, maybe is what I was doing. Eventually we get some good results, and then I just finished off suffixes with a craft or two, and yeah, just get a nice shaper ring, and the rest is pretty history, I guess. I don't know what to say for the rest of the character. Basically, since last time, it was completely fixed, and as you can see, we can now take on all content and end up being a really strong character. I also grabbed a small cluster jewel for the endurance charges. So previously I was spec'd down to the bottom of the tree for that, but instead I grabbed something I think called Enduring Composure, which just gives you endurance charges once a second after you've been hit. So it's basically perma-sustain. And then I also recrafted a chest to get perma-sustain on frenzies, because the way I was doing it just wasn't happening with that implicit for frenzy every few seconds. It just wasn't enough to sustain this many frenzies when Badge of the Brotherhood's going to be taking them away, and then it just takes a bit of time and ramp and all that. So a chest with an Awakener Orb of the spell crit, and then the frenzy, and then you just get lucky with some other RNG. If suffixes cannot change, reroll some shit. Actually, that's right. Did suffixes cannot change once I got both of those, and then did a harvest reroll for caster so that I could lock in an additional curse, and then also put assassin mark in the build as a second curse. And then I attached assassin mark to my cast and damage taken setup, and then we're auto casting assassin mark, ball lightning, and Eye of Winter pretty much all of the time. And yeah, this is the resulting character, and it ended up feeling pretty good. I'm pretty sure there's better versions of Forbidden Rite out there, both self-cast and especially cast on crit, but this one didn't feel too hard to put together gear-wise in the end. Just, you know, a few awakened robs and shit, and fine-tune a few things, and crappy Cane Cooler Mark, and it's good enough. But I'm pretty sure high rolls even higher than this, so by all means check out other Forbidden Rite builds if you're going to jump into it. Otherwise, I'm just going to leave you with the feared fight, which almost deathless, should have been deathless, but whatever, you see what happens. Thank you very much for watching, see you guys next time. Who do I actually want to kill? Cheel is not that bad for me, but Siri, Shaper Elder, those are all ones I hate. I think. But Siri being the absolute pinnacle of destruction against me. Okay, that Siri first is good. This is probably good. Wait. No, that's not. It does mean I'm gonna have a Synthete plus Elder combo, which can be extremely fucking toxic. Probably okay though. No! Wait, what? I was fine there. I'm like, okay, it's just a Synthete. I'm just gonna fucking tank that. That's no problem. But there was two Synthetes. Like, yeah, it's fine to have another Synthete that's like Maven. But there was literally two that could be targeted. So I got super confused and then just fucking died. That sucks. That was a deathless kill. Like, that was over. It was done. I won. But then fucking shit happened. Max Cold Red Solar Circlet. Right. So if I wanted to live, I would have just dashed out of the fucking circle. It would have been fine. But any good? Spell damage, lightning is chaos. Not bad.